Start streaming. Okay. Excellent condition. Yeah, I bet it is. I'm on gigabit Ethernet. It better be excellent condition. I do have the Trezor Model T, and I love it. Let's see. Ooh, that needs to come out. Okay, cool. I had a whole bunch of windows that aren't supposed to be public to everybody. Let's see. My algo is still long on this. What about the 1 hour? Been long. All right, cool. Let me post this link in a couple places, and then I'll do the charts real quick. I have not used the Model 1 before. This is actually my first Trezor. Okay, where else do I need to post this? It's a pain in the ass being in so many different fucking channels and stuff. All right, there we go. All right, let's take a look at Link first, see what happens. I'll make this a little bigger. Oh man, yeah, I wouldn't have sold it at all. This is like a fantastic channel. Let me get a bigger chart here. Once this broke out, here, like that's what I'm saying. I always look at the macro view first. Like right now we're tapping this from the last uptrend here. We're tapping this golden pocket right at major resistance. If this ends up breaking through here, I mean, it's already going crazy. I mean, like this was like a perfect touch, like on the weekly chart here. This was perfect. Like it broke through resistance. It had a retest. It kept going. Yeah, you might want to wait until a dip comes to be buying back. Let me go make sure that, oh yeah. I just realized that you guys, everybody else from all the other channels cannot hear you on the stream because I didn't add the Discord audio scene into this active scene. So now they will be able to hear, hopefully. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I mean, once we broke out of this, this is just a ridiculous long-term, triangle that it was in. Once it broke out of this, I mean, like this was resistance, this was resistance. It flipped those into support, retested them, and I mean, it's just been taking off here. On the lower time frame, on the 1 hour, this is pretty much what's going on now. This was our last major move that we had since the last time I charted it. Basically saying that this 618 was my target. We almost hit it here. We almost hit it 3 times. It basically triple tapped resistance and then rejected. Used this bottom channel as support, and it's been climbing up at hit target. So this is going to be now, since that hit target, let's do another retracement and see what's our low side supposed to be here. So we had, oops, I'm doing it the wrong way. So downside, let's say this is our pivot. It looks like this is probably going to be a pivot for now. So this would be my first target for buying in right here is a 382. So about 440. That's a good target. This would be a good target here. Obviously, golden pocket, all of that's always a really good target. Anything in here is a really good target. This is a good buy zone too. Anything around the 382. So that's also basically this top of the trend line for the lower limit. So these would be pretty good targets to be looking and buying link. Let me actually go ahead and just post a screenshot of this in the chart section in the Discord. That is a different Discord. This Discord. By the way, if you guys trade full time, I highly recommend getting your hands on one of these 49-inch Sony Odyssey G9 monitors. Fucking sweet. Yeah, it's 49-inch. So it's basically, it sounds huge, but it's basically just having two 27-inch monitors next to each other, which is what I had before. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. It's just a really nice big widescreen. It's 4K. It's super nice. So that's the 1 hour chart. Let's make sure that this isn't showing up. I don't need this on the 1 hour. These. Let's go to a daily here. This I'm not really too much of an Elliott wave guy, but if this was like the end of like a 5-wave sequence here, like this was a major 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we could be coming in for some kind of complex correction, maybe even possibly starting a triangle where this is like an A, B, C, D, E, something like that. That's possible. I'm not super into Elliott. I don't really do too much Elliott wave theory anymore. This kind of actually breaks the rule a little bit because we're not technically in a diagonal anymore, and this 4 goes into wave 1 territory. So that doesn't really work. Don't quote me on the Elliott wave theory stuff. I'm not a pro at that. If you are into Elliott wave theory and you want to use that with your analysis, then I recommend following the EW guy or Crypto Tony or Dave Crypto on Twitter. They are fantastic. I don't even know how they have so much time to do it every day, but somehow they do. So if this was our top completely, and we're topping here on link, which I doubt, but if it is, then this would be where I would be targeting on the high time frames, about 1970, which isn't too bad. So I'll go ahead, post this chart as well. Okay, so let's take a look at DOT. Damn, this thing's ripping. This is friggin' ripping today. Holy crap. Damn, this thing is really taking off. Oh, Crypto Wendy's up in the chat. I see you, Wendy. I can't believe that DOT took off like this. I mean, this is just ridiculous. It just nailed this this golden pocket down here, and it's just been ripping ever since it broke through this low time frame resistance here. Ever since it broke through this, it's been no holds bar. That's pretty crazy. So let's look at the, wow, it broke back into this super old ascending channel that I had drawn from like a long ass time ago. That's pretty nuts. And it broke above this level of resistance. So this is actually, we can turn this green now. This is green. Another thing that I should probably do is I should probably take the stream ID for this. And I should probably put that in my handle description. How do you change your oh, custom status? There we go. Boop. Save. Okay. Wow, that's really incredible. I can't even believe that happened. I literally had this channel drawn from like way back like here. And that was my target for buying back in. So that's actually pretty wild. Blew right through that though. That would have been a huge loser. So let's look at Ichimoku Cloud. What does Ichimoku Cloud say right now? It's just a massive long. Even on the 1 hour, it's just a massive long. This is not looking good though. Down here, this MACD. This looks like that's a pretty hard cross. So retracement targets on the small time frame. Let's go up to a 4 hour. So if this support right here, we already retested this up here, but if this broke, first target would be somewhere in here. And then after that, I'd be relying on these fib levels. I think this is probably down here. This is probably as deep as you would see. That right now for DOT, that's like a major area of demand. But yeah, this ain't coming down anytime soon. I mean, that's a super strong candle on the 4 hour chart right now. Just all of the time frames, really, they're just all super bullish. Even this 5 minute chart is just ridiculous. It actually looks like we're breaking out of a ascending triangle here. Let me turn this Ichimoku off. We're actually breaking out of an ascending triangle here. Make these yellow. Yeah, as long as this this ascending triangle here, as long as this holds and we don't break back down into this, this is going to go a lot higher. Let's actually bring that up on my algo and see what happens. Dot. Yeah, this thing's not slowing down. Even on the 5 minute, it's just had this. These were like buy the dip opportunities when the candles here turned white. So those were pretty much your two higher lows here, and then it's breaking out. So trying to get into DOT right now, my recommendation would be wait to see what happens with this breakout. See if it does break out, or see if it's see if it rejects here. And then possibly be maybe scaling in small onto dips. That would be my recommendation. Smash the like, yo, what's good? Lit. Opinion on algo. Opinions on ADA. Let's do algo next. So let's see. Let's actually bring it up over here. So you've got that bearish divergence here definitely playing out. This is the only thing that I use the RSI for. At a lower high, RSI, higher high in price. So in that instance, you follow the RSI, leads to more downside. So here, this is tricky here with algo. It looks like it's forming a new, some sort of new parallel channel here, where this would be our low. So approaching the bottom of this channel, that this would probably be, if you're not in algo yet, this is probably where I would be starting to scale in. With that said, if you want to try and predict a mathematical point to be buying in, we're literally sitting in the golden pocket right now. So that's a really good place to be. Where is my 786 on this? Is it not showing? My 886 is not showing either. Breaking down below this 886, that would probably be bad news bears for algo. And then my next target would probably be about the 70 cent area. So down in here. So this would be a good level to be buying. But this is just as good of a level. If you're scaling in, like if you're not trading this, and this is more of the kind of thing where you're actually trying to be holding it for a while, which it sounds like a lot of you guys are trying to do, then this would be the way to go in here. This is a decent place to average in. This is a good place to average in. This is a good place to average in. The best place to average in would be down here, but that would be a full-on reversal at this point. The trend would have changed by then. On the 4-hour chart, and it's just nothing but up with this. $382 is down here. Whoo. Yeah, this thing's really been ripping. For those of you not in the same Discord that I'm in, on the daily chart, I think I already posted this, but on the daily chart here, I mean, this is just like an absolutely ridiculous cup and handle here. So I would be expecting something like this. Oops, let's just draw a line. This is resistance here. You know, here pretty much. So holding above this, it could retest here and then continue upwards. If this breaks, then I wouldn't want to see more than like a 50% retracement. Like if we ended up breaking below here, which is about, I guess, 50 cents or whatever, 50 cents. If it broke below there, then that would invalidate this pattern, obviously. Where did I start learning charts? and how to read them. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of research and watching and research and watching. Yeah, my channel has loads of tutorials. I've got support and resistance, everything that you need to learn to start getting started. They're definitely in my YouTube channel. Let's see. Someone said they wanted to take a look at ADA. I forgot who it was. Yeah, ADA. Fatine. My man Fatine. Good to see you back in here. Let's go ahead and add ADA. Freaking rocket. There's got to be more history than this, right? I mean, that's only 1 year. Let's look at a different pairing. Crypto. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot more. That's nuts. Yeah, breaking through all-time high resistance. ADA is now in price discovery. This has not happened before with ADA. Targets for this, I mean, it's kind of difficult to tell. I mean, if you're in a long position in ADA right now, I mean, it's like, why are you looking at selling? Selling ADA right now is definitely not, that's not the move. Selling ADA is not the move right now. My first target, if you just recently entered along, would be up here at about 48 cents in this golden pocket. However, if we're using this as a pivot, we've already hit there. So weekly. I mean, just long term, this just looks absolutely amazing, considering it just broke through. Yeah, this could easily go to 53 cents. On the high time frames, there's nothing stopping this thing from going all the way to 43 cents at all. This thing could definitely rip. Really, really hard. This thing could rip. I think if it breaks through this golden pocket, then it's definitely going up a lot higher. Yeah, about 52, 53 cents. At least 50 cents for ADA. And that's probably in the short term, like probably a month. Midterm, obviously, you'd see some retracement consolidation in there. But the key level that you want to be watching is this high time frame, all-time high support here at about 30, what is that? 38 cents, 38.6 or whatever. That's where you want to be watching. If you start to see any closes below this, that would be a pretty big red flag. Major bearish divergence here on the daily chart though. So just be careful of this. Okay. If you've been in a long since way down here and this is a hold for you, then you might want to start thinking about maybe averaging out and pulling profits because you've got that same divergence here as well. So just be mindful of that. On the high time frames, that's the only place that I look for divergences really with the RSI. I am a big proponent against the RSI. I hate it. I don't like it. I only use it if it's on the 4-hour chart or above, and I don't trust it unless it's the daily chart or higher. On the weekly chart, Yeah, this just broke. I mean, with the break of this all-time high, it just broke back into a very bullish scenario here. So on the weekly chart, unless this came back into the normal territory here on the RSI, I would not be worried about this uptrend stopping anytime soon. And that's pretty much how the RSI is meant to be used. Selling it when it's quote unquote overbought, that doesn't work. Everybody knows Bitcoin doesn't really give a shit about it being overbought or oversold, especially on lower timeframes. However, on high timeframes like this, if you actually, we'll go over to Bitcoin real quick. If you look at Bitcoin on the high timeframes for the RSI, when Bitcoin gets up into these areas, it tends to stay there for a while. And when it first broke into here, this pretty much just signified that Bitcoin was in an uptrend, and it never really broke down past like 55, 56. Once it did break down past the 50 mark, that was a trend reversal, and we had an extended bear market. So here in 2019, when it broke back above, yeah, of course, very strong uptrend and stuff like that, but it immediately broke down past the 50 mark yet again. So now we've just broken back above as of, I guess, October, and it's pretty much been staying there regardless of this retracement that we've had. And today, or at least this week, super, super strong weekly candle here, despite that we had a real high wick to the upside. If we switch to candles, we had a super, super big wick to the upside, symbolizing a lot of sell pressure. Those were probably short-term shorters. And now we've got a very, very strong week so far this week. So on the daily chart, super, super strong. We broke back above our, 56 level on the RSI, which is super, super good. If we look at Ichimoku Cloud, this is going to be now our second daily close above our Tenkan-sen line here. That is really, really good that we were able to hold this 50 EMA line, which is this purple line here. Really, really good that we were able to hold that, because normally when Bitcoin breaks down, I'll use an example here from years past. Normally when we break down past the 50 EMA, normally we tested a couple times, but normally we're below it for a very extended amount of time. From here to here was almost an entire year. This was like 8 months until we finally broke above it. It was very brief, and then we broke back down below it again. So, for like another 2 months of this. So the 50 EMA is super, super important with Bitcoin. Breaking down below it, not very good. That's why everybody was getting so nervous down here. We were testing our Kijinsen line, testing a major, major level of demand along with the 50 EMA. There was a lot of confluence here with a lot of different support, but we also had major levels of resistance above us, mainly this Tenkan-sen line, which we finally just now broken above. So right now, sky is the limit for Bitcoin. I don't know if I'm going to look at my other browser real quick. Am I in a long? I am currently in a long. I am in a long for today. I've taken 3 longs, all of which were winners. The current long that I'm in is from entry price of 36,955, so just under 3,700. And I'm leaving that open. I've got bids laddered lower, but I'm probably going to cancel those and just let this ride. My take profit for today, it would be nice if I could get up here. Where is this? At about 37,857. That would be that's probably where I'd end up closing out that scalp for the day. So let's turn down the time frame a little bit and turn off our Ichimoku so that you're not mind fucked with all this stuff on my screen. So obviously breaking out of this was a false breakout. Really good opportunity for shorters up here. This would have been an extremely risky play. Even if you got down here, that still would have been a pretty decent scalp for a short. but very risky doing that with that kind of a large candle like this. I mean, where did this open? Open and close. Open was 32,322 and the close was way up here at 37. So that's a $600, very strong $600 candle. That probably, this candle with a strong wick to the upside, that was potentially a short, but being right above support here, that would have been a really risky play. I didn't play that. Instead, I've just been waiting for bottoms and just been longing bottoms and then, exiting at resistance, basically. So we did break above this yellow dashed line here was our median line of this big range. We finally broken above that after since the very beginning or the mid part of the month, I guess, of January. Finally broke back above that and still in this channel. So I would like to see a test of this previous high. Okay. This is going to be my main target here. This is going to be a very strong level that I'm looking for. And this is at, I guess, what's 38,665 basically. So that's going to be a level that I'm really, really watching out for. In terms of a long target, I will probably also short that resistance there as an attempt. No one knows how well that's going to work out, because if we do blow past this, I might have to do that on a separate account so that I can stay in my long position, because if we do blow past that, this is definitely going to be double tapping this supply box up here that we have between 40,000 and 42,000. So that's going to be a next huge resistance level for Bitcoin. If we can break through and make a new all-time high here, I could easily see Bitcoin probably going to 50K up here. That would probably not be too much of an issue. If we broke through this and then maybe straggled for a little bit and had some consolidation above major support here, that's what I would like to see. I want to see, something like this. We get some kind of triangle here. Come up, test this, retest, re-enter the channel, hold this median line of the channel, break back above our previous all-time high, consolidation probably in the form of a triangle, and then we would blast off to 50K and beyond. That's pretty much where I see Bitcoin heading in the probably midterm. It's going to take a while for Bitcoin to do that. I mean, we've been in this, pennant for so long, since I guess New Year's basically, and we're only just breaking out of it now. So this has just been really choppy, fucked up price action for a month. Let me look at the messages here. 88 traded over $1 in 2018. That is true. My chart, I was looking at my chart on my other side of my screen. That is true. Mini Furman. Sure. Sorry, I'm not hating on your name. That is true. I had that up on the other chart next to me. $1 is going to be very tough resistance for that. But I do think in the long term, it's going to be going way past that at the end of the day. It's going to be going way past that. No questions asked. No doubt. Another thing that I just noticed. What up? It might be. Everybody's probably trying to sign up for it at the same time. Let's see. Yeah, this is the only thing worrying me with this ADA price action right now is we've got this major ascending wedge. It would be super bullish though if this came down to support and then broke up through the ascending wedge. If not, if we start rejecting here at higher prices like 50 cents or whatever, if we reject there, re-entering this wedge, if the bottom of this wedge did not hold, then that would probably indicate some kind of trend reversal happening. So just be careful for that. Atom Boom. Algo. Look at XMR. Sure, I'll look at XMR. XMR. Let's look at the Binance pairing for Tether. Why not? All right, there's a 4 hour. Let's start with the macro. Let's look at the weekly chart and see what's up first. Price action here looks very similar to Bitcoin. If we bring Bitcoin up in a separate window here, Bitcoin looks very similar in price action. This is daily chart, weekly. So pretty similar in price action here compared to Bitcoin, especially from here, from all-time highs, almost exactly the same. It's mimicking Bitcoin's price action. So clearly this is a coin that moves with Bitcoin. So, and I think Link has been doing that as well. Let me look at Link. I'm pretty sure Link moves with Bitcoin, or at least closer than it used to. Let's look at Link. Weekly, yeah. Kind of similar. It's close. Let's put these on auto so that it's not. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. This retracement here on Link was way more drastic than it was on XMR, Cardano, whatever. Or Monero, sorry. But that's just because this is a higher price. This is $151. Link is barely 25. That makes sense. So retracements are going to be steeper. Uptrends are going to be steeper as well. Let's see. Let's take this off. Split screen. So weekly chart looks pretty nice here. So we did have very slight bearish divergence here at this top on the weekly chart. Only super crazy macro traders would have caught that. I didn't catch it. So, and that divergence actually did not show here on the MACD. It was just higher high along with the price action that only showed up here on the RSI. So that would have been a hard one to catch. Let's come down to a daily. See what we have going on. Get some trend lines here. Pretty much just looks like a ascending channel to me. So let's just draw an ascending channel. Something like that. Okay. So this is also looking really strong here. Let's do some measurements with our fib retracement and look for some targets and retracement targets. So for the upside, golden pocket is up here. So this is where I would be looking to be taking profits off of any longs. On the daily chart, you probably, if you're not long already on the daily chart, like higher timeframes, you might have missed your opportunity down here. It's already gone. So we would have to scale that back to smaller timeframes and be looking for smaller timeframes with retracement targets, right? So let's delete that. So retracement targets. If we don't beat this previous high, and this was a pivot, yeah, I think that's a pretty good level, actually. So somewhere around here, that's probably where I would be looking to be buying in. short term. Obviously, if you're trying to hold this for a while, then, you know, you can always be dollar cost averaging, right? Dollar cost averaging is the right thing to be doing. So buy in here, you know, just looking for levels of support and resistance. Here's another one here, right before the 382. So those would be all pretty decent levels to be buying in at. On the very small time frames, let's see. So from our last retracement, and if this is a pivot point up here, then that first buy-in, that lines up with our current 382. And then this one would line up with the 786. So maybe go a little higher on that one to this support level in here. Golden pocket. Golden pocket's always, you know, algo traders love the golden pocket. That's what that's what they thrive on. So these would be good areas in here to be dollar cost averaging. Higher time frame, you know, you definitely want to be holding on for a while. But if you want to be sneaky and try and pop into a long, these are probably going to be the levels that you're going to be wanting to look for. So for those that can't see it on the stream, it's about 148, 145. And then your deep target would be like 130, 132, somewhere in there. So on the higher time frames, this is, you know, right here, this is pretty much your area of demand. And this would be your area of supply up here. So those are pretty much the two areas that I would be looking for. I could see something like that happening. Also, I mean, a lot of this really depends on what Bitcoin is going to do, right? So we don't really know. We don't really know what's going to be going on with Bitcoin, but this follows Bitcoin very closely. A lot of the bigger alts now, some of the ones with the higher market caps, they're starting to follow Bitcoin a lot more closely. So you can kind of take cues from what Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing and kind of apply those same strategies, obviously at different price levels, to your altcoins and stuff that you're trying to trade. Adam. Sure. I'll look at Adam. And then let's see. Take a look at ETH. ETH looks like a sell. A lot of people looking for ETH. Okay, let's look at ETH first, then real quick, and then I'll come back and do Adam real fast. Is Adam something I've already really taken a look at? Not really. No. Yeah, let's do ETH first, and then I'll come back to Adam in a minute. Whoa. So let's see. From the last time I was on, is this my only chart with drawings on it? No, right? That's my Elliott wave count. And I thought wave 3 was only going to come up to here. So wave 3 was extended. Remember I said I don't do Elliott wave that much? I may have lied. This count actually ended up playing out like perfectly. That's ridiculous. What's my long-term count on this? So for all you Elliott wave guys, this was my high time frame count for Ethereum. There's no way a wave 4 is going that deep now. In fact, this wave 3 is probably not over. So if we look at this Elliott wave count's probably so wrong too, because I don't do this very often. Yeah, no, this is probably, that whole count is probably incorrect. Let's go back to my other chart. Sorry about that. I need to refresh my my skills and my knowledge on Elliott wave theory. I need to get up to par with Tony and the EW guy and Dave and all them. Why? Somebody said in the chat that this looks like a sell. If you're holding this right now, I mean, we just broke upwards out of a ascending channel, or a wedge. Sorry. That's that's basically as bullish as you can get. I mean, breaking to the upside of an ascending wedge, that's like stupid bullish. I mean, like, look at this volume down here. Just this volume is like super crazy. I mean, that's like some of the highest volume that this has ever seen. And it's probably mostly because of what's going on with ETH 2.0 and all the fundamentals that go along into that. But let's just focus on the technicals. So that's one technical thing that I see that's just major, is the volume is absolutely crazy. Broke today. Well, yesterday, I guess we closed above it. Today is confirmed 2 closes to the top side. I mean, even if you really wanted to get nitpicky with it, with these trend lines here, if you really want to get anal about it, okay, and only connect, the first 2 major trend lines, if you really want to be picky, okay, that's still an ascending wedge, still going to close today to the top side. I mean, we broke through. Seeing a daily close for Ethereum above 1600 is pretty wild. We haven't seen that in very, very long time. Now, if you're looking at the Ethereum chart and you're saying, oh, well, I'm fucking bearish because of this, I mean, this is one thing to be watching out for, but I mean, this breaking to the top side of a ascending wedge is extremely, extremely bullish. So I'm probably going to go ahead and say and give this the same evaluation that I did on one of the other coins. I guess it was maybe Algo or something, that if this bearish divergence plays out and this does break down from here. So, let's say we get to, 1700 or something, just slightly above this. Let's say we tap 1700 and reject real hard. This would be the first level that I would be looking at to hold. How much history is on this chart? Basically none. Let me go to another chart that has like way more history on this. Let's bring up the Binance pairing, something that I don't have drawings on. Okay. Oh shit, that's the perpetual. God damn it. Okay, there we go. Let's bring up something with some history, right? Okay. So I mean, does anybody know in chat? Let me know. So is this the confirmed all-time high then for Ethereum that we just broke through? Is that what just happened here? We broke through all-time high. Okay, so if we broke through all-time high here, and we broke to the top side of an ascending wedge, I mean, Jesus H. Christ, it doesn't really get much more bullish than that, guys. That is pretty much as bullish as you could go. Now, how high are we going to go? I don't know. We're in fucking price discovery now. I mean, we haven't even really made a retracement yet. So there's like no targets. Just fucking hold on to it and hope to God that retail keeps buying the shit out of it. When they're done, or no one has money left to buy it, or no one wants to buy it at those prices, first target for holding would be obviously here, our all-time high. So if we were going to tap 1700, go a little higher and come down, this would be the first level that I would be looking at holding. If the all-time high, if we can't successfully flip that into support, then that would be a very, very big red flag. And not only for Ethereum, but for all of the majors as well. That would be a major, major red flag. If Ethereum breaking through its all-time high and then retesting it as support, if that didn't hold, that would be a problem. So I don't really see that happening. I mean, even this weekly chart here, it looks so tiny. The weekly chart is just massive. I mean, if we really wanted to get technical about it and bring it up even further, we might even have, Oh man, there might be a harmonic pattern here. Man, that's getting close. Let's turn this off. So about there. So where's this D target? 2,273. So that would be a level to watch. I'm going to put a resistance marker there. 2,275 basically is going to be a level to watch. If this, I believe it's a crab or a Gartley pattern. If this ends up, actually it might not. Well, if you discount that stupid wick there and go up here, technically it's valid. But that would be a very strong cause for concern if we rejected here. So I would want to see consolidation under 2,000, and then just straight up breaking through 2,000, like really big. So that would be really nice. But that would be a huge, oh my God, that would be terrible. If we ended up reversing there, that would be like death. Yeah, I can. Oh man, yeah, the retracement would be at least $925. At least 886. I mean, then we'd be down to 400. And now here, if you think about this, look at how fast we came up from $400 though. You know what I'm saying? We broke through $400 and went straight to $600 in 1 month, and that was in November. So on November's close, we had just broken through 600. Literally in 2-3 months or whatever, we've like doubled the price. Like we're closing in on tripling the price. Like that's doubling the price every month. So people are going to look at this chart in the Discord and they're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, what even is that? And they're going to have to look at the top here to even see what it is. Yeah. They're not going to have any idea what this is. Possible bearish. I think it's a Gartley. This playing out would definitely be very bad. Okay. Yeah, I had to kind of like put a disclaimer with that chart picture in the Discord. Otherwise, everyone's going to be like, "You fucking bear, we hate you. You piece of shit. Why are you betting against crypto? Stocks only go up." You know, like. Oh yeah, like I would see threats in my DMs, like no joke. But yeah, no, like short term, especially like on the daily chart, especially like there's no reason to be bearish on this at all. We would have to see some major levels of support breaking for this to take a dive like really deeply. So I don't personally, I don't really see that happening. Let's come down. Let's bring it down to a 1 hour and really dig deep a little bit into here. The most recent price action. I love how as soon as you bring the time frame down, the friggin' trend lines just look absolutely ungodly, terribly inaccurate. You bring it down like one time frame and it's like the most like terrible, inaccurate trend lines that you've ever drawn in your life. Oh yeah, I mean, just like look at this massive impulse here. I mean, this is big. I mean, okay, so I mean, if we really wanted to dig down on like small time frames here and look for targets, I mean, what you can do is, again, fib extension tool, my favorite tool in the world. You measure from the last swing low to last swing high, and then project it against the most recent swing low. Bam, here's your targets. We basically blew through the golden pocket, retested it along with the top of our ascending wedge trend line, and now we're continuing upwards. So that tells me that either this correction is over or the deepest that we go is here, which is the 382. Again, that classic 382. We're starting to, anybody that's been in the stream for a minute, we're starting to see that pattern, right? 382 all the time. 382 and 618, 382 and 618. I swear to God, if you trade those things, I have traded those things for years. It will make you money. You just, obviously you have to be careful. Not financial advice. Yeah. Let's see. Do Bitcoin analysis. A crash is coming. Oh, we got a bear in the YouTube chat. Did BTC analysis 10 minutes back. I'll run over Bitcoin one more time on the smaller time frames for those that are just entering into the stream. That's fine. I don't mind. CME is going to dump ETH next week. They're loading spot. That is potential. I think, didn't Grayscale, I think today or yesterday, didn't they just purchase another $38 million on spot once Ethereum broke through its all-time high, like yesterday or today? I'm pretty sure that ended up happening. If Grayscale purchased $38 million worth of ETH, I mean, I highly doubt that that it's gonna end up tanking or something. That doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. So if we measure, oh my God, delete, go away. Okay, so let's go ahead and measure this right here, just with the regular fib retracement tool. Yeah, it almost tapped. So just from low to high, this already pretty much tapped the 382. So this could be over, or we could see a lower high here, and potentially be retesting this major level of support, which is just at about our golden pocket. So if this does retrace, this would be where I'd be looking to be buying the dip on the small term timeframes. But that's only if we get a lower high here. We've got to wait, maybe 1 or 2 hours, get another couple more hourly candles in here to see if we're going to be getting lower highs now or what. But all in all, that's basically where my target would be, to be buying any dips. That would be my first area of interest, is the previous all-time high, pretty much right here. Let's see, CME going to dump. I am in a long scalp from, wow, this guy actually took note of my position too. Look at that. See, this is why I don't like disclosing my position so much. Oh. All right. Let's I'm in the long. Oh man, it almost hit, man. It missed my fucking target. It missed my limit sell. I'm kind of pissed. It literally missed my limit sell. Was at 37,642. The high of this candle was literally 37,600. Even. No dollars and no cents or dollars or anything. It literally was $42 exactly away from my target sell. I might close this for the day and just call it a day. You know what? I'm going to close half. How about that? We'll close half. What is this? 25 right now. Boom. Okay. We'll close half of this. And I'll just bring my I'll bring my stop to break even, and whatever happens. What was my entry? 36.9. Man, there's some people in the YouTube chat that have my entries and my targets like more memorized than I do. You freaking degens. Stop loss. Yeah, 36,955. Just gonna move that. Just make my stop loss my entry, and of course my sell limit to close half didn't trigger, so I'll make it trigger. There. Okay. I'm out for half. $670 on the day. Not bad. Cool. That's okay with me. I'll take it. Change screen. Oh no, I was closing. No, Jack, I was closing my actual like live position on the exchange. That's why I'm not gonna have my live trades and portfolios and stuff up live. I mean, unless I'm using like a scalp account for public fucking around. Yeah, no. Let's see. Atom in action. Okay, so anyway, Bitcoin here. So since I just did that, right? So what am I anticipating? Well, if we bring over my algo and look at Bitcoin, what's my algo anticipating? My algo still says all up. Potentially, well, that's good. This was a good time to exit then. This red line crossed above. So that's good. In general, the bullish volume is decreasing. I have to change this. So yeah, this might have been a good area to exit. We'll see. It looks like this is getting a little choppy up here. So let's bring it up to the 1 hour, see what happens. This has flipped bearish for 1, 2, 3, about 3 hours. This has been bearish over here with decreasing volume down here since, you know, way earlier or yesterday. So decreasing volume for a day on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, so I may have exited there at a good time. I'll have to see. I'll be monitoring this pretty closely on the higher time frames. So if this is going to be a pivot point, where am I looking to re-enter? Well, let's come down to a 15-minute chart. We'll do this on the small time frames, right? Okay, so we had this uptrend here. Let's bring out my good old trusty friend, the fib extension tool. So we had last swing low, previous swing high, most recent swing low. This is pretty shy of my usual target. And I'm pretty sure this is where my target was. Something like that. Maybe I think it was 30,742 or something like that. I don't know. So somewhere over here. I think it was the 0.5 that I had my target, and it just barely missed this. So this definitely missed my upside targets. So that could be an indication that we are seeing a trend change here. So if this is our pivot top, and I would be expecting a retracement here. Let's see, my first buy-in would be this 382. Second buy-in would be golden pocket. Third buy-in, I normally make a 1-to-1 extension. A third buy-in, and then have a stop loss below that. So like a stop loss would be like just below that candle here. So that's pretty much what I would be looking for to be buying dips off of this. That is on the 15-minute time frame. If we bring it up to a 1 hour, let's kind of do it a little differently. So for a higher time frame trade, yeah, it's looking like it's weakening out up here. This is looking kind of weak. So when does this candle close? 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so this area right here, not bad. A break below that, on the higher time frames for larger swing positions, I'd probably be looking at just be buying this median line here. So let's see. Yeah, this median line here of this entire ascending channel, that's probably where I would be looking at buying. Sir, this is a Wendy's drive-through. Let's see. Let me look at these liquidation levels. Yeah, no one's trying to step in front of Bitcoin here. Everyone's trying to short the previous high at about 38,600. And the shorts they're not really stacking up right here. So the bulls would have to come in with a lot of volume to be able to push this higher and then trigger a short liquidation above 38,600. So that would be a huge target to be looking for, is like everything up here. All these 25x short liquidations from 38,600 and above, all this would be a good target. This stuff up here, these are probably going to end up closing out or maybe getting liquidated on a wick. Maybe somebody will come up and grab that, but it's not looking that great. So yeah. Funny Pepes. I think that's pretty much it for me, guys. I'm probably going to call it quits on the live stream for today. I appreciate everybody that joined me today. Check out all the links in the description below for all of these platforms and stuff that I use. High Block Capital is one. There's also links to my Telegram and all of that good stuff in there. Thank you all again for joining. Appreciate Wendy O for coming in and saying hi as well. And I'm going to try and make this a fairly regular thing. I do 90-second analysis videos 3 days a week on my Twitter page. So that's like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then I tend to do 2 videos on YouTube a week, one for analysis and one tutorial as well. So 1 video every day. It's really pushing myself, but it's 2021. I'm not slowing down. So if you guys have any requests or anything like that, feel free to contact me. All those links are down in the description below. You can reach me by email or, of course, on Discord and Twitter. My DMs are always open. With that, I hope that you guys trade safe and trade well. And until next time, see you all later and have a good night. How the hell do I shut down the stream? After stream shenanigans, how do I turn it off? No, for real. What